Okay, Your Honor, Mr. Logsdon, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, there's two charges against you today, both for receiving stolen property as Class A misdemeanors. I understand your client wishes to maintain his plea of not guilty, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, identify themselves for the record, please.
Attorney Tom Dunn, representing the state, Your Honor.
David Bettycourt, representing Mr. Logsdon.
As I understand it, there was a hearing earlier with Judge Roberts on the defense motion with regard to a witness they were unable to obtain. From what counsel indicated in chambers, the agreement that has been reached is that the investigator for the public defender's office will be permitted without objection to testify as to her conversation she had with the witness that the state wished to have here. Is that fair to say?
I think so.
Yes,
Your Honor.
Are there any other preliminary matters?
Sequestration. Move to sequester witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay, how many witnesses do you have?
State has two witnesses, okay.
How about for the defense?
We have one witness.
Okay, any other preliminary matters?
I don't believe so.
Is there anything? You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Our state would call Officer Phelan this time. Raise your right hand. Please solemnly swear the testimony about giving this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you. Please be seated. State full name and spell your last name for the record. Thomas Phelan, P-H-E-L-A-N. And how you employ Mr. Phelan? I'm one as a detective with the Summers Community Police Department. Okay. And Detective, I want to ask you if you were so employed on August 29th at 5:30 p.m. I was. And were you on duty at that time? I was. Did you have an occasion to go to 183 High School? I did. And what was the purpose of going there? Myself and other members of the police department responded to serve a protection order out of the state of New York. And who was the recipient of that order? Timothy Logsdon. Okay. Were you familiar with him before you went there? I met Mr. Logsdon on one other occasion, yes. And is he here in the courtroom today? He is. Would you point him out, please? He's sitting next to Mr. Bettycourt. Was he at home at the time that you arrived? He was, yes. And could you describe this, what occurred after you arrived on the scene? We walked up to the door, knocked on the door. Mr. Logsdon answered the door. I asked to speak with him on the porch. He agreed, and I explained to him that we had a protection order for him out of New York, provided him with a copy, read it over, and informed him that it ordered the seizure of all firearms and bomb-making materials. Okay. And did he indicate to you whether or not he had any firearms or bomb-making materials in the house? He did inform us that he does own firearms, yes. Okay, so what did you do after you received that information? Mr. Logsdon allowed us to enter into his residence, and we ascertained all his firearms. And where were they located? A majority of the firearms, when you walk in the front door, there's a room off to the left. I don't know if you call it an office. I call it an office area. There was a cabinet where a majority of the firearms were locked securely, and then there was some other firearms in parts located throughout the room. So there was more than just completed firearms that you found? Yes, there was. What kinds of things did you find other than the completed firearms? There was many barrels, slides. There was two frames. There was other wood stocks. A large amount of ammunition throughout the room. Okay. I'm going to show you two items. I'm going to show you these two items, and as you take a look at those, have you ever seen those before? I have, yes. And where did you see those? These were taken from Mr. Logsdon's residence. And do you recall where they were when you found them? I don't recall the exact room. To the best of my recollection, I would say the office. There were a couple pieces of firearms that he did remove from the upstairs of the attic, I believe. Okay. And did you note whether or not there were any serial numbers on those frames? There are no serial numbers on them. Do you take these back to the station, put the evidence tags on them and so forth? Yes. I'd like these to be marked as evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Maybe a single exhibit.
Thank you.
Single exhibit, Mr. Bennett, or do they need to be marked separately?
Probably should be marked separately because they're two separate charges.
Okay, from these states, does it make any difference which is which?
No, that's not.
No, 1 and 2.
Thank you. Did you seize all of the items that were there? We did. And can you give us an approximation of how many specific items there were? In our report, we have 80 documented pieces of evidence. Not everything was given a property number. Specifically, if there were multiple barrels that belonged to a certain caliber, a certain weight, those were just given one property number. It's safe to say, though, there was a considerable number of pieces of property, correct? There was probably around 250 pieces of property that was in the record. And what did you do with that property? All that property was secured at the Somerset Police Department, and we were given property numbers at the police department. Okay. In terms of those frames, specifically those frames, what did you do with those frames? While looking at all the evidence, we noticed that some of the evidence did not have serial numbers. I'm not an expert in firearms, so we did contact the ATF. And did anybody come to the station from ATF? Yes. Who did? There was a special agent that came, and also Mr. Al Australian. And who was he? He works for 6 Hour and also ATF. Okay.
He works for who?
6 Hour. And what kind of a company is that? 6 Hour is a firearms manufacturing company. And did you have any of their products in all of this business? We did, yes. Okay. Was a photograph taken by the representative from SIG of all the pieces that were from that company? Yes. Were you present when that photograph was taken? I was. Let me show you a copy of the photograph. Okay. This is not SIG stuff. These are the two frames on here. Let me just show you that photograph. Have you take a look at that? Were you present when that photograph was taken? I was. And what does that represent? This represents all of the SIG parts that Mr. Frenia took a photograph of.
I'm going to, I guess, just object at this point just as a foundational matter, and it's really a technicality. I mean, I don't object to this photograph coming in, just this characterization. It hasn't been established that these frames are Sig Sauer products as of yet, which is really what the issue of the case is about. And, you know, we certainly dispute that characterization of the frames in these photos as being Sig Sauer frames.
And I'm asking to be marked with
some of the other parts as well.
Hopefully I will get the correct testimony into specifically
I don't object to that, Your Honor. I just want to make it clear, you know.
My understanding, this officer at this point in time is testifying that this is a photograph of items taken as part of the seizure.
And to the extent that comes in, I have no objection to that. Just his characterization of these as all being Sig Sauer parts. Do you object to?
Well, I guess he can testify to that, and then he's subject to cross-examination as to whether or not there's a legitimate basis for that. He can testify that that's what he wants to say, and then certainly subject to cross-examination.
Well, sure. I just make a foundational objection at this point, Your Honor. I think they've laid the foundation to establish these aren't Sig Sauer products.
So as far as that picture goes, I don't see any reason why that can't come in as an exhibit right now, if that's what you want to have. I
don't object to it coming in to the photograph and some of the seized items.
Okay.
That's to be marked as number 3, State's Exhibit 3. Did you have any discussions with the defendant during this period of time as to what all this stuff was? When I was at Mr. Logsdon's house, there was small talk made. I did locate an ID for 6 Hour. Asked him about it. He said he worked there for a short period of time, and that in reference to all the parts that he has in his house that he acquired either personal friends or over the internet.